Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtapraishu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 16th chapter, how Maharaj Parikshit received Kali, text number 34 onwards. Yo ve mamati bharma survansh ragyam akshohinim shatam apanu dadatmantra tvam dustha Moon Padmatmani Paurushena Sampadyan Yadushuramyam Bibradangam. O personality of religion, I was greatly overburdened by the undue military phalanxes arranged by atheistic kings, and I was relieved by the grace of the personality of Godhead. Similarly, you were also in a distressed condition, weakened in your standing strength, and thus he also incarnated by his internal energy in the family of Yadus to relieve you. So Mother Earth is recounting her experience when, uh, before Krishna took his incarnation, then she went to Brahmaji. The Brahmaji took her to Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Kshirodaksha Vishnu took her when she took the form of a cow to Golok Vrindavan, and where she told her problems, that so many asuras have taken birth on her body and she cannot tolerate them living on her body. So then Krishna assured her that I'll appear very soon and I'll get rid of all the asuras, all the demons from your body. The asuras want to enjoy a life of sense gratification, even at the cost of others' happiness. In order to fulfill this ambition, the asuras, especially atheistic kings or state executive heads, try to equip themselves with all kinds of deadly weapons to bring about a war in a peaceful society. They have no ambition other than personal aggrandizement, and thus Mother Earth feels overburdened by such undue increases of military strength. By increase of the Asuric population, those who follow the principles of religion become unhappy, especially the devotees or the devas. In such a situation, the personality of Godhead incarnates to vanquish the unwanted asuras and to re-establish the true principles of religion. This was the mission of Lord Shri Krishna, and he fulfilled it. So same thing he says in Bhagavad Gita, I do every millennium. Millennium after millennium, I do this to establish the religion, to kill the miscreants, and to protect the devotees. I appear. Kava sahit virham purushottamasya premavalok ruchir smit valgujalpeh stharyam saman maharan madhu manininam romotsavam yadangri vitankitaya. Who therefore can tolerate the pangs of separation from that Supreme Personality of Godhead? He could conquer the gravity and passionate wrath of his sweethearts like Satyabhama by his sweet smile of love, pleasing glance, and hearty appeals. When he traversed my earth's surface, I would be immersed in the dust of his lotus feet, and thus would be sumptuously covered with grass which appeared like hairs standing on me out of pleasure. There were chances of separation between the Lord and his thousands of queens because of the Lord's being absent from home. But as far as connection with earth was concerned, the Lord would traverse the earth with his lotus feet, and therefore there was no chance of separation. When the Lord left the surface of the earth to return to his spiritual abode, the earth's feeling of separation was therefore more acute. So it's amazing how acharyas present the situation. Lord could be away from his 16,000 queens, but he could not be away from earth because he would always be walking on earth. So earth was always pleased because Krishna's lotus feet, imprints of lotus feet, were always on her body. But now Krishna has gone back to spiritual abode, so she is feeling separation from him. Text 36. Tayorevam katyato prithvi dharma yostada parikshinam rajarshi prapta prachim saraswatim. While the earth and the personality of religion were thus engaged in conversation, the saintly King Parikshit reached the shore of the Saraswati river, which flowed towards the east. Thus ends Bhaktivedanta purports of first canto, 16th chapter. So we'll start chapter 17. Punishment and reward of Kali. Text 1. Sutvacha tatra go mithunam raja anyamanam anathavat dandhastam cha vrashlam dadrishe nirpilanchanam. Sud Goswami said, after reaching that place, Maharaj Parikshit observed that a lower caste Shudra, dressed like a king, was beating a cow and a bull with a club, as if they had no owner. The principal sign of the age of Kali is that lower caste Shudras, that is, men without Brahmanical culture and spiritual initiation, will be dressed like administrators or kings. And the principal business of such non-Kshatriya rulers will be to kill the innocent animals, especially the cows and the bulls, who shall be unprotected by their masters, the bona fide Vaishyas, the mercantile community. In Bhagavad Gita 1844, it is said that the Vaishyas are meant to deal in agriculture, cow production, and trade. In the age of Kali, the degraded Vaishyas, the mercantile men, are engaged in supplying cows to slaughterhouses. The Kshatriyas are meant to protect the citizens of the state, whereas the Vaishyas are meant to protect the cows and the bulls and utilize them to produce grain and milk. The cow is meant to deliver milk and the bull is meant to produce grains. But in the age of Kali, the Shudra class of men are in the post of administrators, and the cows and bulls, or the mothers and the fathers, unprotected by the Vaishyas, are subjected to the slaughterhouses organized by the Shudra administrators. So from Bhagavad Gita, like Prabhupada is quoting 1844, that is 1842, 43, 44, the qualities of all the four varnas is given. So Brahman means one who studies scriptures, teaches scriptures, does yajna, teaches others how to do yajna, and dan and pratigara. They take donation and they give donation. Kshatriyas, basically they're the rulers, they're the administrators, and they are very courageous, they're not cowards, and they don't show their back in a battlefield. Means they don't run away from a battlefield. Vaishyas, like Prabhupada said, Krishi Goraksha Vanijyam. They do agriculture, protection of cows, and business. And Shudras are the ones who serve all these three classes. So Prabhupada is a little severe on Vaishyas here because he's saying the Vaishyas are supposed to protect the cows and the bulls. This is their one of the qualifications. But they have given it up in Kali Yuga. They are supplying cows to slaughterhouses just to make money. And Shudras have become the administrators now. Shudras means those who don't have any knowledge of scriptures, and like in one of the purports of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada wrote, the Shudras means one who is always lamenting, always crying. They are the Shudras. So they have become administrators, and the Vaishyas are supposed to be protecting the cows, and they have become cow killers. So this is age of Kali. And this is what Parikshit Maharaj meant. I mean, this Shudra, like who dressed up like a king and he was beating up cow and bull. Vrinam Vrinala Dhavalam Mehantam Iv Bibyatam Vepamanam Padaikena Sidantam Shudrataditam. The bull was as white as a white lotus flower. He was terrified of the Shudra who was beating him, and he was so afraid that he was standing on one leg, trembling and urinating. The next symptom of the age of Kali is that principles of religion, which are all spotlessly white, like the white lotus flower, will be attacked by the uncultured Shudra population of the age. So, bull represents religion, dharma. And dharma, all the principles of religion are spotlessly white, means there is no fault in any of the principles of religion. Whatever is given in scriptures are all perfect. But Kali Yuga means Shudra like people, uncultured Shudra population, they will find faults in all the principles of religion. And what will happen? Then the religion will go, so-called religion will come up, but the real religion that is mentioned in scriptures, people will forget that, and people are forgetting that. Now the government all over the world, now in India also, under the pressure of public, and they themselves are like that. They don't have Kshatriya qualities. So they're passing this 377 article is passed now. It's legal. It's all okay, no problem there, and all sorts of nonsense things are going on. And this is just for them to remain in the power. They do all these things. They pass the bills that animal killing is okay. Okay, some states say cow killing is not okay. Some states say cow killing is okay. What kind of administrators are these? We cannot, just like somebody said, no, we cannot. We have to put our hand on Bhagavad Gita to speak the truth, but we cannot read Bhagavad Gita to find the truth. In schools, it is not taught. And if it is taught somewhere, they say, oh, these people are sectarians. We are supposed to be we are supposed to be seculars. So we cannot read religious texts. We can read cricket or movies or fashion or other magazines, but we cannot read Bhagavad Gita. So this is the modern administration. So they may be descendants of Brahmins or Kshatriya forefathers, but in the age of Kali, for want of sufficient education and culture or Vedic wisdom, such a Shudra-like population will defy the principles of religion, and persons who are religiously endowed will be terrified by such men. They will declare themselves as adherents of no religious principles, and many isms and cults will spring up in Kali Yuga only to kill the spotless bull of religion. The state will be declared to be secular or without any particular principle of religion, and as a result, there will be totally indifference to the principles of religion. The citizens will be free to act as they like without respect for sadhus, shastra, and guru. The bull standing on one leg indicates that the principles of religion are gradually diminishing. Even the fragmental existence of religious principles will be embarrassed by so many obstacles as if in the trembling condition of falling down at any time. So the fragmental existence of religious principles, they'll be embarrassed by so many obstacles. And this is Kali Yuga. And this is only 5,000 years in Kali Yuga. Just imagine what will happen 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, 200,000 years in Kali Yuga. We can't even imagine. Text 3. Gam cha dharma dudham bhidinam bhresham shudra padat hatam vivat samashru vadanam kshamam yavasyam ichchatim. Although the cow is beneficial because one can drag religious principles from her, she was now rendered poor and calfless. Her legs were being beaten by a Shudra. There were tears in her eyes, and she was distressed and weak. She was hankering after some grass in the field. The next symptom of the age of Kali is a distressed condition of the cow. Milking the cow means drawing the principles of religion in a liquid form. The great rishis and munis would live only on milk. Srila Shukdev Goswami would go to a householder while he was milking a cow, and he would simply take a little quantity of it for subsistence. Even 50 years ago, no one would deprive a sadhu of a quart or two of milk, and every householder would give milk like water. And now we get water mixed with so many chemicals, and that is passing down as milk, especially in India. They add urea to it. They add some soap to it, to water, and it looks like milk, and they just sell it. And this is what we are drinking. Poison. Basically, it is poison. This is what it is. Because we are killing cows, so who will give the milk? But we need milk. So how are we going to fulfill those demands? For a Sanatanist, a follower of the Vedic principles, it's the duty of every householder to have cows and bulls as household paraphernalia, not only for drinking milk, but also for deriving religious principles. The Sanatanist worships cows and religious principles and respects Brahmins. The cow's milk is required for the sacrificial fire, and by performing sacrifices, the householder can be happy. Cow's milk is required for the sacrificial. Okay, the cow's milk not only is beautiful to look at, but also gives satisfaction to the cow. I'm sorry, the cow's calf not only is beautiful to look at, but also gives satisfaction to the cow. And so she delivers as much milk as possible. But in the Kali Yuga, the calves are separated from the cows as early as possible for purposes which may not be mentioned in these pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. So the calves are separated from cows when they're very young. And although Prabhupada didn't mention for what purpose, although he knew, because it's um, so demoniac. You know what they do with the young calves? Young calves who are at least calves, because they know this is a male child, so it's not going to grow and give milk. So they separate that calf from the cow. And they use him for two things. First is to take his skin out, because that skin is very soft. And then they make soft leather out of it. And how they take the skin out, if you have some uh, strength to watch it, you can see it on YouTube. They pour boiling water on live calf and kept pouring boiling water, because if they kill him and take out the skin becomes hard. If they pour boiling water on the calf, the skin remains soft, and that soft skin they use for making purses, for making shoes, for making car seat covers. This is and the flesh of this young calf is sold at a high price because it's very soft and very tasty. It's called veal. This is this is demonic. And that's why Prabhupada couldn't even write it in Bhagavatam what they do with the calf. The cow stands with tears in her eyes. The Shudra milkman draws milk from the cow artificially. How he draws milk? They put these suction cups. In America, they do these suction cups on the nipples of the cow, and they draw each and every single drop of milk. Along with milk, of course, they draw blood also. Some part of blood also comes. Because at least in India, if they are milking the cow, if the person is there, he leaves some milk in the cow's body. I have seen it myself. First, they let the calf come and drink some milk, so the cow gives more milk. So then they take out the milk, and then they leave some milk in the cow for the calf to come and drink rest of it. Because when the calf is drinking, he or she is not going to draw blood from the mother's nipples. So
Yes, and
that is still very
आप आ
proper.
जाओ.
But in Western countries, they put suction cups and then they draw the milk through a machine. And when there is no milk, the cow is sent to be slaughtered. These greatly sinful acts are responsible for all the troubles in present society. People do not know what they are doing in the name of economic development. The influence of Kali will keep them in the darkness of ignorance. Despite all endeavors for peace and prosperity, they must try to see the cows and the wolves happy in all respects. Foolish people do not know how one earns happiness by making the cow and bulls happy. But it's a fact by the laws of nature. Let us take it from the authority of Srimad Bhagavatam and adopt the principles for the total happiness of humanity. Actually, our temples should encourage cow protection. Should have goshala. Every temple should have a goshala, actually, and that will really bring about peace and prosperity in all the temples. But like in Delhi, you can keep dog or a cat in your house, but you cannot keep cow. This is the law over there. Text 4. Paprich yatham ratham arula kartaswar parichadam mega gambhiraya vacha samaropit karmukaha. Maharaj Parikshit, well equipped with arrows and bow and seated on a gold embossed chariot, spoke to him, the Shudra, with a deep voice sounding like thunder. An administrative head or king like Maharaj Parikshit, with full majestic authority, well equipped with weapons to chastise miscreants, can challenge the agents of the age of Kali. Then only will it be possible to counteract the degraded age. And in the absence of such strong executive heads, there is always disruption of tranquility. The elected show bottle executive head, as a representative of a degraded public, cannot be equal with a strong king like Maharaj Parikshit. The dress or style of the royal order does not count if it is one's actions which are counted. So Maharaj Parikshit, he spoke with Shudra with full authority because he didn't like what the Shudra was doing. But these days, the leaders or the kings, they have no guts, no authority to speak to people who are breaking the law because the leaders themselves are breaking the laws. So what are they going to speak to the others about? Kastam macharane loke baladhasya balan bali naradeva siveshena natvat karmana dvijaha. Oh, who are you? You appear to be strong and yet you dare kill within my protection those who are helpless. By your dress, you pose yourself to be a godly man, king, but by your deeds, you are posing the principles of the twice born Kshatriyas. The Brahmins, the Vaishyas, and the Kshatriyas are called twice born because for these higher classes of men, there is one birth by parental conjugation and there's another by cultural rejuvenation, by spiritual initiation from the bona fide acharya or spiritual master. So a Kshatriya is also twice born like a Brahman, and his duty is to give protection to the helpless. The Kshatriya king is considered to be representative of God to give protection to the helpless and chastise the miscreants. So this is the job of a Kshatriya king. Thus, administrative heads under whose nose such things happen, means all the breaking of laws, are representatives of God in name only. Such powerful administrators are rulers of the poor citizens by dress or office, but factually they're worthless. Lower class men without the cultural assets of the twice born. No one can expect justice or equality of treatment from once born, lower class men. Therefore, in the age of Kali, everyone is unhappy due to maladministration of the state. The modern human society is not twice born by spiritual culture. Therefore, the people's government by the people who are not twice born must be a government of Kali in which everyone is unhappy. So, Prabhupada will speak more about the government in Kali Yuga, and so we'll stop here. See if anybody has any question or comments. Oh, today we have very less attendance.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mata.
Prabhuji, I don't have any question, but just wanted to share a thought.
Yeah,
When
please
you
go ahead.
were telling about this cow and cows, you know,
Hmm.
uh, when you were sharing all this, only a single thought came to my mind is I'm thanking Krishna that I'm born in India, where I can see all this. So, though India is also, going, getting attracted towards Western countries and their processes and how they are, living their lifestyle. They are all, moving towards Western countries. But this one thing should not, should not come to India. I mean, um, what I want to say is, like, I'm really thankful that I'm born in this country. There's no any bad that could come from Western countries.
Yeah,
They have very good weather, developed,
but it's happening so
but
rampantly in India, cow killing also, the slaughter of cows. I mean, India is the biggest exporter of leather. So many cows get killed in India also. It is sad. It is very sad. And that's why all over the world, like Prabhupada is saying, no, problems will be there. So many problems. The cow killing is very, very serious sin. And knowingly or unknowingly, we become part of it. Raghu Prabhu was saying, if we start using cow products, then they have to protect the cows. Then people have no option. If cow products become very popular, uh, so people will protect the cows. People will take care of them, and because then they know they can make money by selling cow products. Products made of cow's milk, cow's urine, cow dung. If you can stay with them, if they might be little expensive, more expensive right now, but if we stick with them, then at least the cows will be protected.
we should actually promote all these things.
Yeah.
Even one person will definitely slowly these things will be, our government will have to do something for the cows. We have to promote cow
Yeah, but
products.
the movement always starts at the grassroots level. So if everybody, all of us start doing that, government will do it. Government all wants money. That's all. So if they see money in this business, they'll start taking care of it.
Very true, Prabhuji.
Simple as that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mata. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Shila Prabhupada.
So much, Prabhuji. Thank you.